Well, folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast. As you can see, today is absolutely beautiful. Saturday's going to be decent. Winds are going to be up a little bit. Sunday, it looks like it's going to be, the winds are going to be up, and we're going to have some storms later in the day. So the Saturday looks to be the better of the day to go fishing. Offshore fishing, I wouldn't recommend unless you have a really big boat. They're calling for 2.5 every 4 seconds. So I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with that. So I'm going to take my grandson fishing inside the bay and see what we can do. But I'm out here today just doing a little fishing, trying to get some content and talk about how I approach certain things when I'm fishing inside the bay. So what I'm using right now is a 1/4 ounce Stewie jig, because the tide's not moving too bad. But once it starts picking up a little bit more, I'll switch over to a little bit heavier jig. But typically, I'm going to try to get my fishing done before that tide really starts rolling, because I typically don't like to fish when the tide is moving really hard. I don't like fishing for grouper and snapper. Let me put it like that. They got my bait. So what happens is those fish like to stick right on the bottom. I've got underwater footage of those fish sticking right on the bottom in the tide, and it's showing me that they don't like to chase after. You literally got to hit them in the nose to get them to eat. Now, there's been days where the tide's been rushing and we've caught fish, but like I said, you have to hit them in the face to get them to eat. But as soon as that tide slows down, they start to come off the bottom and start swimming around. So this underwater footage will show you exactly what I'm talking about. It's pretty wild how it works, but using an underwater camera really helps me understand the fish behavior when it comes to tides and things like that. I literally wasn't even on the bottom yet, and he came up and whacked it. Gag grouper. I'm using that smaller 1/4 ounce Huggy, or Stewie jig. Not the biggest one in the world, but that just goes to show you that the nursery is good when it comes to gag grouper inside the bay. I'm fishing in 29 feet of water, so I'm pulling it out about 4 times, but I'm laying the line on the water. Since it's pretty calm, it allows me to watch until I get to the bottom. And what's funny is that last fish actually took it, now it's on the bottom, and he's already on it. God bless America. But what happened is that fish got it before it hit the bottom, and it started peeling the line off on top of the water. So if you can get away with fishing lighter jigs, definitely fish lighter. The lighter, the better. Just like that. Oh, he came back and got it. Oh, man, that was a better fish. That line started screaming off. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking this white bait and or thread fin. I've got both in there, and I'm hooking them right in that nostril part, right in that clear part. And if you feel it click, you know that you've got it right. If you don't feel it click, that bait's most likely going to fall off as soon as you try to drop it in the water. So again, I'm pulling off 4 times. I'm watching that line on the surface, and it allows me to see that it's going down. And you can tell once you get it paced, and you can see how fast the line's going out on top of the water, you'll see when a fish grabs it, it flies off. But that tide's picking up a little bit more and more, so I may have to go away from the 1/4. Broke off, I moved to a little bit heavier jig because that tide has picked up just enough. I could probably still get away with a 1/4, but I wanted to get it down a little bit faster. And we'll see what happens if and I'm using a Huggy jig. So I changed the jig style, and what happens is sometimes those fish there's days that they won't touch a Huggy jig, and then there's days that they'll touch a Stewie jig, and vice versa. And then there's days that they'll eat anything. Like I got bit, and it felt like snapperish. Yeah, that feels like snapper. And once they mark your bait like this, they usually won't come back and eat it. Don't ask me why. There's days where a scale will make a difference. Now, I don't know if you guys remember when we talked about it a couple weeks ago, where of course, we just haven't been fishing much because of the weather and commitments and everything else that I've had the last few weeks, or last almost 9 weeks. We've only fished 3 times in 9 weeks. But anyway, we're doing a subscriber, every 500 subscribers that we hit on YouTube, we're gonna do a giveaway a fishing trip with us. So every 500 subscribers, we'll pick a winner to go fishing with us. We used to do this before COVID on every 1,000 subscribers, but now I want to make it a little bit quicker and do every 500. So we're going to do that. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the website, definitely do that, because what we'll do, nice little red grouper, what it will do is it'll allow you to get into the drawings. But you also want to subscribe, and I don't like to usually ask people to subscribe to the YouTube channel because it's you know, that's just who I am. But if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course, the faster we get to that 500 plateau, every 500 subscribers, the faster we pick people to go fishing with us. So if you haven't subscribed to the website, definitely do that at tampabayfishingchannel.com. You can scroll down to the bottom, put your email in. We will not spam you, I promise. The only time you'll see emails from us is when we're running a sale or having a special event. Other than that, we don't send out spam emails. I hate spam emails. So we don't do that to our viewers and to our customers and things like that. So again, subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to our website, so that will put you in the drawing, and we randomly pick a person to go fishing with us. All expenses paid. All you got to do is show up and bring your gear, whatever gear you want to fish with, and if you want, and we'll get you some jigs and things like that. So definitely subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the website. Another gag. I know there's some big ones down there. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to throw a pinfish down. I got one pinfish on me. Let's go ahead and get into the Friday fishing forecast and talk about what we have in store for this weekend for the tides and the schooners, and see what we've got in store. Right after I catch this little fish. Oh my God. There was a giant gag that followed him up. And when I say giant, he was well in the mid-30s. I mean, that thing was no joke. Oh my God. Let's go ahead and get into the tides and schooners and see what happens. Okay, here are the tides and schooners for this weekend. On Saturday, we have a low tide at 0.9 foot at 5:59 a.m. Then we have a high tide at 12:17 p.m. at a 2.1 foot. Then we have a low tide at 7:26 p.m. at a 0.0 foot. Then on Sunday, we have a low tide at 6:16 p.m. or a.m. at a 1.1 foot. Then we have a high tide at 12:34 p.m. at a 2.3 foot. Then we have a low tide at 8:02 p.m. at a negative 0.2 foot. For the schooners, we have a major feeding time from 10:58 a.m. to 12:58 p.m. Then we have a minor feeding time from 6:08 p.m. to 7:08 p.m. Then on Saturday, Sunday, we have a major feeding time from 11:40 a.m. to 1:40 p.m. Then we have a minor feeding time from 7:03 p.m. to 8:03 p.m. And like I said, Saturday looks much better than Sunday. Unfortunately, the winds are going to be up a little bit to be able to get offshore, but I'm telling you what, the bite inside the bay is stupid. This is the second week I've been out in the bay, and the first one was we were trying to catch mackerel and we couldn't get away from the grouper, and so I decided to come out today and test it, and I just caught that gag, and that one fish came up. Ow! That was on a pinfish. I knew that was going to happen though. put a bigger bait down there, and I don't know what grabbed it, but something grabbed it. It was trying to dig back towards the, nice gag. He was trying to dig back towards the ledge, and I didn't let him. Nice Tampa Bay gag. I like it. Well, those red grouper can fight. If you don't think you can keep a red grouper in the bay, you're mistaken, because you can. It's not easy, but you can do it. There's a couple spots that we've got that we've caught them up to 26 inches. But they fight hard, boy. Okay, I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of kind of what I'm looking at here. As you can see, I'm right on the edge of the ledge in 30 feet of water, so we're on the drop down, but you can see the ledge on the left and on the right, and there's some hard bottom right in here. So this is a spot that I've fished for a long time. Right after the red tide for a couple years, this area was not very good. You had to go past the port just to find fish. But as you can see from the video before, it has gotten much, much better. The fish are here. This spot, we named it a certain name, and it's lived up to its name. I lost some good ones. I saw a big one follow a small grouper up when I was fighting it. So their fish are coming back. The grouper bite has been absolutely insane today, and it's crazy how it works. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off the trolling motor, and then I'm going to come by here and I'm going to show you what this looks like on the side imaging, so you have a better understanding of what to look for when you're looking down the ledge into the bottom of the shipping channel. You want to be outside of the shipping channel looking down, or looking side into the channel itself. So now you get a better understanding. You could tell that there's rocks off to my right hand side, which I didn't even know were there. So I'm seeing something new for the first time. So I'm going to mark that. But you can see the edge of the ledge and the rocks on top of the ledge. You always want to try to maintain being outside of the channel. As you can see on my machine, I'm outside the channel looking down into the channel itself. So you can see it's a really good area, done very well here. So there's a ton of stuff in here. As you can see, still on the right hand side, there's a bunch of rocks, things like that. And then on the left side, you have the edge of the channel. So when you're looking for new spots and ledges, you always want to be on the outside of the channel itself. The channel is down this way. You want to be on the outside of it, so you can look down in the channel and you can see the edge, because this is all limestone ledges. And it's really good to go along like this. It gives you a better understanding of how to read your machine and what your machine is showing you. And I can tell you right now that this whole area is just filled with really good ledges. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody for all of the support. We can't say that enough. We'll have whitebait, we have shrimp, we have fiddler crabs at the office. So if you're looking for live bait this weekend, we definitely got it. Again, for the subscribership, and then to win the contest, you have to subscribe to the website at tampabayfishingchannel.com, and then subscribe to the YouTube channel to get those subscribers up. Every 500 that we hit, we pick a new person to go fishing with us. So again, I just wanted to do this quick Friday fishing forecast, show you what the fishing's like, at least for the grouper and snapper. Or the grouper, didn't get any snapper, but really didn't target them too much. I didn't fish any areas that I really catch a lot of snapper at. So with that being said, fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.